Sit rolling around, sitting on doves, can't lie, I was high on shrubs.
Topical back with another video. I'm Strange Wang. He is a Nate. And today, since John Wick 4 is coming out and it's an action movie, we're doing a bracket to find out what's the greatest action movie of all time.
Alright, first up we have Air Force One versus Mission Impossible Fallout.
I'll be honest with you. Every mission, even number 2, I love it because it's so bad.
Yeah.
All of them I love. But they all blend together.
Yeah, they do.
I cannot, minus 1 and 2, I cannot tell you the difference between, I think 3 he's in a prison, and after that they all come together.
Yeah.
So, because of that, I'm going to have to go with The Father You Wish You Had.
I'm
No
pretty
offense, Dan.
pretty sure Air Force One is the one where Henry Cavill cocks his arms, and everyone's like, "Why'd you?"
Air Force One?
Or sorry, Fallout was the one where Henry Cavill cocks his arms, and everybody's like, "Why'd you cock your arms?" And he's like, "I don't know. I thought it looked cool."
Shit was tight. I thought it looked cool.
But
That shit was fire.
uh,
Professionals.
yeah. I've actually never seen Mission Impossible Fallout. I saw 1, 2, 3, and 4 is the one where he climbs this really tall building.
I thought it was the airplane one. I don't know. They all blend together, as I said.
Yeah. Anyways, Air Force One is incredible. I love that movie. Best movie president of all time, and it stars one of my, if not my favorite actor of all time, which is Harrison Ford. So you can get mad at us in the comment sections. Air Force One is the correct answer.
Oh, phenomenal one line too.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh.
OG Mission Impossible versus Terminator 2.
Damn.
Judgment Day.
That boy said Mission Impossible I don't even know if it's a boy. Them who made this, they said fuck Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
We're getting them all out now.
Right.
T2 is the answer.
Yeah, it's tough. First Mission Impossible, a very good movie. It's not that we're knocking it, but Terminator 2.
Yeah. I would have had a harder time with...
Alright, is this a Mission Impossible versus other movies bracket?
I don't know. I probably should have hit shuffle on it, but I didn't want to look at the movies. But as I was saying, I would have had a harder time with Mission Impossible and Air Force One. Personally. But this is Ghost Protocol and Independence Day.
This is Ghost Protocol is the one where he climbs the building. And then they have like the fake face that they put on.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
This is going to be... I'll let you go first. I know where I'm going.
Well...
like you know where I'm going to.
Well, it's an action movie bracket. I'm definitely not saying Independence Day isn't an action movie, but it's also like a sci-fi action movie, an alien invasion action movie. Ghost Protocol is much so more just classic action. I mean, it's a spy thriller, but it is an action-heavy spy thriller. So for that, I'm going to give the nod to Mission Impossible, personally.
That'd be 2 of us.
Same reasoning, or?
Yeah, because I think the action that was better. I mean, the only really action scene that's very memorable in Independence Day is when they both crash and Will Smith runs up to the alien ship and says, "Keep my wife's fucking name out your mouth," and punches the alien.
Yeah, classic scene. Yeah. Hardcore Henry versus The Raid. I'm just going to say straight up. I've never seen The Raid, but I know that shit's better than Hardcore Henry.
Bro.
Yeah,
I
know.
don't like The Raid, and I've seen The Raid.
Yeah, I know it's an incredible movie, and I believe...
1 and 2.
Yeah.
The Raid.
Okay.
I feel like The Raid, because it's so smart, and it's in line with movies you enjoy, the style, that you gotta go up. Technical difficulties. They're like up. And then use matchup mode. Because it's like the style you like. When we do our top 5 favorite action movies, I feel like one of them would have made your list.
One of the Raids? Yeah, it probably would have.
I feel so strongly about that.
Yeah, when I was doing my research for the top 5 list that we're going to do, obviously The Raid popped up a ton on other people's lists. I was just like... And now I kind of wish I hadn't made this list an hour before I was coming over here, because I would have liked to watch that. But it is what it is.
You could have watched one on the plane.
Well, I didn't. I read. So.
Reading for prisoners. Speaking of prisoners, there's a prison in the Kingsman, the Secret Service. And then we have that Last Action Hero, which I loved this movie growing up.
Yeah.
I wanted to be that little kid so freaking bad.
Sure.
I want to get sucked into a movie, hang out with Arnold Schwarzenegger, shoot people, and it's lunacy. So, because of nostalgia and how much I love that movie now, still, I gotta go with Last Action Hero.
I don't feel that strongly about either of these, so why not?
You a Kingsman fan?
Yeah, Kingsman's good. Like, Kingsman, to me, the Kingsman is one of those, like, I can have you on in the background.
In my head, you just really love the Kingsman.
Yeah, Kingsman's one of those movies.
For whatever reason.
I can have it on in the background, and I don't feel the need to, like, pay attention to every second of it. But when, like, a really fun scene is on, then I can, like, stop doing dishes and poke my head around the corner and watch it, and then go back to what I'm doing and just listen to it, so.
Oh, in my head, that was like a 9 out of 10 for you.
No. Nah. I mean, 8. 8.5 maybe. But
okay.
The Bourne Identity versus The Terminator.
See, I feel like this one I'm going to get slack for because people love the Bourne franchise.
We're going to get it together
fuck
then.
shaky hand.
Yeah.
Shaky cam.
Listen, I don't mind. I'm on record saying this for the 9 people that watch this video. The Bourne franchise is one of the most overrated franchises ever. It is not that fucking good. It is like generic spy thriller threads and themes throughout the whole thing. The shaky cam is bullshit. Just like write good choreography and let us watch it. And like I don't care about Jason Bourne at all. Like nothing in this movie makes me care about that character.
I feel like after the 2000s, people should stop talking about the franchise.
Well, because they made the one really bad one with Jeremy Renner, and then that like it just died. So
well, they made Jason Bourne, so it died too hard.
Yeah.
Action reference.
True. Terminator.
Yeah, of course.
Terminator.
And it fixed that Arnold, I'll probably go pick it.
All right. Well, here's 2 movies without Arnold. You got Gladiator and Fast 5.
I haven't seen Gladiator, so
Oh, really?
unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave this one up to you.
Gladiators.
Go ahead and cut that off. Alright, listen. I was making a joke. She's moving. And I said, she's like, I'm cleaning out my closet. I'm taking a bunch of stuff to Goodwill. I said, well, if there's any panties, give them to me. There's a website. I'm going to pay off my car with your panties.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why she said that. So he just got a message on my laptop talking about some panties.
Yeah. Fast and Furious.
Ugh.
I like these movies.
Also,
Okay,
Crow didn't have that
I'm not
problem.
crazy about them. They're a lot of fun, and I appreciate them for what they are. I don't think they're nearly as good as Vin Diesel thinks they are, but they are good movies. Gladiator is excellent. To me, I don't think of either of these as like when I think of these movies, I don't think, oh, that's an action movie. But I see why they are. There's a lot of action in both of them. I'm going to give it a Gladiator, though.
2 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen one of these.
Personally, I would give it to The Raid.
Sure.
I think John Wick 2, I've said this a million times. John Wick 1 is just, let's show you how cool this action is to suck you in.
Introduce
And
the
then
character.
Second movie's like, now we're going to world build.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, personally, they went too heavy on the world building. But it works. It's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's my favorite out of the 3. But The Raid 2 is one of those where it's like, oh, they can't top the first one. And they make one just as good. Or some people think it's better. I was like,
Yeah. If this was any other movie, even if it was one I hadn't seen, I would probably try to argue with you. But because I have heard so much about the Raid franchise, I'm not going to argue that at all. Escape from New York and The Matrix. You know what the right answer is.
I know what the right answer is. I don't like the right answer, though.
Yeah.
Personally, I like Escape from New York much better, but Matrix is The Matrix.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately iconic.
Well, and for good reason. It's also an excellent movie.
Yeah.
And just like a trailblazer.
They made one good movie in a really shitty franchise.
Yeah. That's true. John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, because they needed to give the third one a subtitle for some reason, versus Leon, The Professional, even though they didn't put.
Well, Leon the Professional is the director's cut. Leon is.
Yeah, whatever.
But John Wick 3 is my favorite of the franchise, so easily John Wick 3.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, I don't know why this is on here.
I didn't make those.
But Rocky 4 versus Edge of Tomorrow.
Rocky 4 isn't an action movie.
Yeah.
As much as I love Rocky, I have Rocky beside me like 7 times. So, as much as I love Rocky, Edge of Tomorrow is the clear winner, no debating.
Right.
Because that's not the right genre.
Right.
Who made this?
I don't know.
They're like, I'm going to put all the movies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll give that more of an action movie than Rocky, obviously. Yeah. It's not winning for me, though.
Yeah, so Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, all the Indiana Jones movies are action-adventure movies, which, to me, there are enough action-adventure movies in the universe to make them their own thing outside of a just action movie. So, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time. It's excellent. It's a 99 out of 100 for me. Versus Mad Max Fury Road, which is actually an action movie. So, Mad Max.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Again. Not a good movie, but...
Says who?
Says me.
Have you seen it?
Yeah. Wait.
That's Lost Blood. That's 5.
Which... This isn't... So this isn't the Home Alone one.
That is the Home Alone one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have not seen it. Sorry. I thought I've seen. Is it just?
There's Rambo.
What was is there's a
Blood.
2008 one? What was that one?
That's just Rambo.
Okay, I've seen that one.
Yeah, Last Blood is an action movie. So based on the genre, the purity of it, going Rambo.
All right, Dredd.
That'd be a good fight
versus RoboCop. That's a solid matchup.
We have the movie about what if Jesus was a cop. Versus, let's get these drugs out this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's true. But also both just like pure like symbol. Well, yeah, and like just literally the characters are so similar. Like they are so like strong in their core value of justice at all costs. Like
they even kind of look alike.
They do. Yeah. I'm going Dredd personally. RoboCop is iconic. It's classic. But I do think Dredd is a better movie. And has better action.
I'm also going with Dredd.
Yeah.
And I think roles reversed, they would have the same lineage. Dredd would have been just as iconic.
Yeah.
And RoboCop would have been, oh man, I wish they would make a RoboCop 2.
Yeah.
Because how underrated it is.
Yeah.
If it was the same exact films, just reversed.
Yeah, I feel that. Predator versus Furious 7.
Predator, dude.
Yeah, no argument there.
Easy money.
Yeah.
He loves Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And Rocky, apparently.
Yeah, and Mission Impossible.
Well, Mission Impossible action movies.
That's true.
If you're talking about out of the most like action spy movies there is,
yeah,
Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Well, you know, my homegirl just got a win for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
She did.
So she gets another win for us here.
Yeah, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Ninja Adventures. That video game was trash, I ain't gonna lie. You ever play a video game?
I did not.
Couldn't get it.
All right, Air Force One versus Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Air Force One, you had a really nice round one victory. I love you. I appreciate you, but I'm not gonna pick it. I'm not gonna pick it over T2.
I feel like in any other matchup, this thing would have went to round 3, but Air Force One is going to be the Duke of this March Madness bracket and get eliminated.
Yeah,
but it won't be an upset. T2's that's good.
All right, the Raid versus Ghost Protocol.
This is difficult.
Yeah.
I'm going Raid.
I still haven't seen it, so I'll take your word for it. I'm not crazy about... To me, Mission Impossible, like, I don't watch them and get engrossed by the action like I do with John Wick or something. Like,
I really get into those movies.
It's really interesting to me, but...
I really get into those movies.
Yeah. All right. You got your Arnie versus your Arnie.
Yeah.
I know what the answer is, but since you care about him way more than me, you do the vocalizing honors.
I don't think you know. Honestly, I'm going Last Action Hero because if you're talking more of an action movie, Last Action Hero is more of an action movie. You replaced the T-800 with Michael Myers, that's a Halloween movie with more guns.
Yeah, the Terminator has like a ton of horror elements. It's a stalker film. Like, it's a slasher film, but the slasher has a gun instead of a slashing weapon.
Like,
yeah, I don't give a shit.
Last Action
I don't
Hero,
care
you
which
get
one of
great
these.
one-liners, action.
Sure,
So,
why
Last
not?
Action Hero.
Yeah, I don't care.
The Raid 2.
Yeah, why not?
2 movies neither of us have seen in one bracket. Great.
All right, well, we had Arnie versus Arnie, so now we get Keanu versus Keanu in The Matrix versus John Wick Chapter 3.
I'm going John Wick 3.
Yeah, so I think this is one of those ones where the pick could be controversial because people love to give props for movies for being the first that did something or being innovative in some way or whatever. If we're talking action, I'm taking John Wick all day.
Yeah,
Period.
of course.
So
My favorite of the 3. I mean, John Wick, to me, is his like best franchise as well. Out of his 3 franchises.
well, it's definitely a better franchise altogether than The Matrix.
Bill and Ted.
And it's definitely better. Like, Bill and Ted is so fun.
Yeah.
Like, those movies are really fun, but, like, they're not great movies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't... John Wick is probably his best franchise to just about everyone.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that's, like, a hot take, but I agree.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, I agree with you. So, Edge of Tomorrow versus Mad Max Fury
The best
Road.
of the 2010s.
Yeah.
I'm going Mad Max, though.
Yeah, it is Mad Max, for sure.
Like, the cinematography of that movie alone is just... Both cinematographies are, like, excellent, but Mad Max just took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah. Last Blood versus Dread.
Dread. Dread doesn't get enough love, so we're going to show it some love on the Topical channel.
Love that. Predator versus Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
She's everywhere but in this bracket, if you ask me. I'm going Predator.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. Like, it's fine. Whatever. Alright, Terminator 2 versus The Raid. Again,
T2.
I've never seen The Raid, so it's your call.
Well, it's T2 all day, baby.
Yeah. Okay. Last Action Hero versus The Raid 2.
The Raid 2.
Okay.
I do think the Raid 1 is better, though, personally.
John Wick 3 versus Fury Road. So, the reason that I'm not going to pitch too much a fit either way about this is because at some point in time, one of these is going to have to go up against T2.
Yeah,
And I don't think we're going to pick either of these over T2.
that's fair.
So,
What would you honestly go with?
I think Mad Max Fury Road is a better movie overall. But it has a lot of lulls. And most of Mad Max's action is like the car chases, the jumping back and forth between cars. There's some gunfights. Not a ton of like hand-to-hand stuff. It's just like Mad Max Fury Road is just like taking a shot of adrenaline and then like cooling off from it and then just being like, I need another shot of adrenaline, and then you're going again. John Wick is methodical. The action's more consistent. So it's really tough to say. In terms of action movies, I'm leaning John Wick just based on the action, not necessarily as a better movie.
I agree.
Yeah.
I would also want to watch John Wick 3 over Mad Max. But Mad Max, if you're looking at the greatest action set pieces of all time,
Yeah.
set piece wise, it doesn't get bigger than Mad
the amount
Max
of practical
Fury Road.
effects in Mad Max is insane. And John Wick is pretty much all practical, but it's so much smaller scale, so that's easy to do. Dread versus Predator.
I think both of these men could beat a Predator, but
This is probably gonna be
Predator.
our first Zemeckis, or not Zemeckis. That's for the
Really?
top fives. I don't fuck with the Predator
want
like that,
Predator,
man. These
man.
movies are like, I don't. You just have this weird Arnold fetish,
bro,
and like that's
what would make you ever say that?
everything, everywhere, all at once. Arnold.
There's nothing Arnold
Arnold.
over here.
Okay, well,
I put it all on a bookshelf in the corner.
it literally has its own fucking shelf.
I was surprised you didn't notice that.
Like I can't see it. The light is in my face. I literally have to
Where
do
there's
this.
T3, there's
Okay,
T1,
yes.
There's Conan.
There is a
there's Mr.
3-tiered
Freeze.
shelf in the corner that is full of nothing but Arnold stuff, except the one like hype bear or whatever the fuck you call those things.
Well, that's a T800. That's an endoskeleton of a Terminator. That's a hype bear.
Is that what they're called? Hype bears? Did I get that right?
I don't know.
I don't know. They sell them at all the like fucking hypeware stores. So, fucking hype beasts.
Let's get to it then.
Dread is better than Predator. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
There you got me.
Just like Arnold said in the movie, stick around. 2 versus 2.
Again, I haven't seen the Raid movies.
T2.
So
Juggernaut.
John Wick Chapter 3 versus Predator.
I'll give you John Wick 3 just because
You know what it's about to be up
they would
against.
both lose against T2. To make it quick,
Wait,
Sorry.
because what now? Oh, they're both going... Oh,
T2
yeah,
would-
yeah.
beat both these movies in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I like the John Wick franchise more than I like... Even if you just condense the Terminator franchise to 1 and 2, I would still personally rather watch John Wick. But I recognize T2's greatness. It is an excellent movie. So, I'm not going to sit here and try to pitch a fit over John Wick 3 versus Terminator 2.
Here at Sonotopical, we're unfortunately poor, and this money you see on screen, that's CGI. That's not real money, because again, we're poor. So if you want to click in the ad eye in the corner, that video is monetized, and we can make money off it, so please go watch it.
And if you click an ad, we make more money. And if you really want to help, there's the thanks button right there below this video.
Speaking of threes,
Mission Impossible 3 versus The Book of
we're
Eli.
back at it, baby.
Which another movie that I don't really think of as an action movie.
There's action set pieces, but it's not. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like, there are tons of post-apocalyptic movies out there in the world. This one is literally what if Mad Max was blind and being led by God. Like,
Interessante.
have you ever seen The Book of Eli?
I own it on Steelbook.
Oh, I would recommend it. Like, I don't
said that before.
I don't think it's gonna like blow your socks off, but like I think you would really enjoy it. And like Denzel's fucking Denzel, right?
Yeah.
So,
Goat. One of the goats.
Mission Impossible 3. It's like one of my least favorite Mission Impossibles, but
Well, I haven't seen one movie out of this, so you roll with it.
well, there's definitely action in the Book of Eli, but I just don't really see it as, to me it fits more just in the post-apocalyptic area. So I'll give it to Mission Impossible. Upgrade versus Die Hard.
Underrated movie Upgrade is,
Yeah,
but Die Hard is Die Hard.
that's true.
Good old Reservoir Johnson.
Big Trouble Little China versus Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
I gotta go with one of my favorite action movies of all time. That's Big Trouble Little China.
Yeah,
Because there's not another movie on here where the sidekick is the movie's filmed from his perspective.
I mean, there's really not many movies, period, that are like that. So,
Well, yeah, so
yeah, I don't
for the originalness.
have any sort of major attachment to the Mission Impossible, so why not? The Expendables versus The Bourne Ultimatum.
I think Jason Bourne gotta get his due here.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the Expendables, but I don't.
Yeah, The
love
Expendables is like a
Expendables.
really fun concept. Like, they're not bad movies. Like, if you go in expecting Terminator 2 or a Rambo or something like that, then you're gonna be disappointed. But like, in terms of like, let's just get a ton of star power in here, let them do what they do and have some fun with a plot that no one really gives a shit about. Let them say some one-liners. Let's just make the whole script one-liners.
Yeah.
And like, so Kill Bill versus Drunken Master.
I like this matchup. And I like both these movies a lot.
Yeah.
But the answer is obvious, unfortunately, for Jackie Chan's sake.
Yeah, it is.
Underrated comedy. Action comedy, Drunken Master.
Yeah. Alita Battle Angel versus Baby Driver. I feel like I like both these movies way more than you do.
You do.
So-
That is fair. But Baby Driver has action elements. I don't think of it as an action movie.
Yeah, it also has Kevin Spacey in it. which doesn't mean anything. That's just a fun thing to say now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see driving as action. And like there are shootouts in Baby Driver. But to me, like car movies are car movies, action movies are action movies. Alita Battle Angel is definitely like more of a sci-fi action movie, but if we're gonna, I don't think it's too much more of one than Edge of Tomorrow. So Alita it is. I'm always gonna be stoked to be able to at least give Alita Battle Angel a win somewhere. See, it's the same thing as Rocky.
Yeah.
So Warrior is excellent. Warrior to me, I think Warrior is the best fighting movie of all time. I love this movie. It's incredible. I take that back. I think Creed's better than Warrior. But Speed is like actually an action movie.
Yeah.
And a damn good
phenomenal.
one. Yeah. The Gray versus Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Samuel L. Jackson as a character named Zeus. Give me that all day. The bad guys, Simon Says. Give me that all day. There's your Rambo 08.
Oh, okay. So 2008 Rambo versus The Bourne Supremacy.
You don't like either of these movies.
No.
So which one would you pick? I'm curious.
I like Matt Damon more than I like Stallone.
I'll go with Bourne Supremacy just because I don't like he ripped off the Scarface poster.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
300 versus Lethal Weapon. This one's pretty easy.
Man, this shit is like the Golden State Warriors in 2012 versus motherfucking kindergartners. Lethal Weapon all day.
Crank versus Aliens.
Another one that is easy, but Crank's funny. I like Crank.
Yeah, Crank's really fun. Like
when you're flipping through...
Even Crank 2 High Voltage is a fun movie. Like
when it's 2009 and you're flipping through the cable channels, you land on FX and you see Jason Statham putting clamps on his nipples,
right,
and hooking up to a car battery. You stick around for a while.
Yeah, personally, I like the Transporter a little more than Crank, but really, every Jason Statham movie is pretty much the same. So
unless it's a Guy Ritchie movie,
but Aliens is Aliens.
Facts.
Taken versus Point Break. Keanu's third appearance. Liam Neeson's second. Yeah.
I like Point Break more, but we're talking about iconic action movies. Taken's the more iconic action movie.
Yeah. I've had this feeling for a while, but like 2.5 or 3 years ago, I watched the first Taken again. It is a really good movie. And like its sequels just have like washed it away into like
film hilarity.
Yeah, like Liam Neeson's so old, so they have to make all these cuts to like hide it. And it's true, but the first Taken is like actually a really good movie.
14 cut for a home jump offense.
Right. So first John Wick versus Rambo First Blood.
Another one where I don't feel like this is an action movie. It has not even a real action set piece.
He's talking about Rambo.
Yeah, Rambo. So I don't consider First Blood an action movie. It's a drama about the cruelty of the United States against the U.S. soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was turned to an action franchise. I realized that. But not an action movie. John Wick by default.
It would be the winner either way. It should be.
Ooh.
Police Story versus Snowpiercer.
Have you seen Police Story?
I haven't, but I have heard good things about it.
I haven't seen Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Do we give it the Jackie because it's Jackie?
I'm fine with that. Snowpiercer is really good. It is also not what I consider an action movie. It's got one shootout, a couple of like hand-to-hand...
But he's bleeding and holding an axe.
Combat things. But it's like... It's more like it's definitely science fiction. It's got a lot of like psychological thriller elements to like. There are so many things that make up Snowpiercer. It is an excellent movie. Police Story, even though I haven't seen it, I'm sure is more of an action movie than Snowpiercer. Bad Boys 2 versus Kick-Ass.
You can. I don't care. You can have this.
I love the first Bad Boys. I think it's incredible, but. You know what? Why not? Let's give one to Kick-Ass. I don't care.
Wow, I was for sure thinking he was going Bad Boys.
Really?
For sure, yeah.
If it was the first one.
You don't fuck with the second one?
The second one's good.
I like the second one. I've never seen either of these either.
Skyfall versus Casino Royale. Alright, Casino Royale is not that actiony.
But he's holding a gun.
It's like way more of like the spy part. The majority of it is him playing. Like they're sitting at a poker table for the majority of the game. He gets poisoned at one point. There's a couple fights. Skyfall is the more actiony of the two. Mission Impossible 3 versus Die Hard. Definitely Die Hard,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
for sure.
Big Trouble versus The Bourne Ultimatum.
Big trouble for me, baby.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that either.
Bro, this side of the bracket's kind of whack, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it is definitely not as strong.
So are they counting Kill Bill 1 and 2 together?
We can.
Because there's no Kill Bill 2. They said we're gonna put Rocky 4 on here, but not add Kill Bill 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm because of the action elements. I would give this to Kill Bill.
You think Alita? You would rather watch Alita than Kill Bill?
Oh, that's tough.
Because you said it like that's what you're trying to say. That's what I perceived it as.
What's that?
That you like Alita better, and he's like,
I don't like it better.
You sound like Jerry Seinfeld. You said,
Yeah, I wouldn't say I like it better. I love Kill Bill, but we're talking action movies, and Alita just has so many other genre elements in it, and like Kill Bill is like Quentin Tarantino's kind of like Americanized kung fu movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kung fu, martial arts, that's more action. So that's why I say Kill
a
Bill.
lot of action movies left off this, by the way. No Enter the Dragon. Like, the fuck?
Speed versus Die Hard with a Vengeance.
I'm going Speed, dude.
Yeah, me too.
That
I like
movie's
Speed.
so fucking good.
Yeah, it really is. Born Supremacy versus Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon for sure.
I agree.
I love that movie so much.
Aliens versus Taken.
Personally, fuck it. Let's go Taken.
Okay.
Because
I don't care that much about either of them. Because why?
that shit was a moment when it came out.
Taken? Oh yeah, Taken took
That
the
shit
world
was
by storm.
huge.
Yeah. The amount of times I heard "I will find you and I will kill you" is insane. I still hear it sometimes.
Yeah, that shit's a fucking moment.
Yeah. All right, John Wick versus Police Story.
Sorry, Jackie.
Yeah, John Wick is freaking incredible.
They put Rocky 4 on here and Warrior and not a Rush Hour movie. Not Bad Boys 1.
Yeah,
I should have
sure.
made this.
Kick-Ass versus Skyfall.
Never seen.
You know what I'm
007.
surprised isn't on here? Because they put The Raid on here. I'm surprised they didn't put Ip Man on here. Which I don't know that you've seen that.
Hitman?
Ip.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, no.
Kick-Ass versus Skyfall. I don't really care.
I mean, Kick-Ass is more action.
Yeah, why not?
It kicks ass.
How many times are we going to get to pick Kick-Ass over a James Bond movie? You know? All right, Die Hard versus Big Trouble. I'm going to let you do this one.
Teardrop. This is Die Hard.
Because, well, it's just funny because neither of us really fuck with Die Hard that heavy.
I respect Die Hard. I just don't, as you said, I don't fuck with that heavy.
Yeah. Kill Bill versus Speed.
Controversial. He only put Volume 1 on there. I'm going with Speed.
Hmm.
I'm just kidding. We're going to Kill Bill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is like...
I also want to, like...
Speed is like the action is just we can't stop the bus.
It's intense.
Yeah, it's intense. Yeah. And Kill Bill has like actual action.
Like we went camping.
Yeah, exactly. Lethal Weapon versus Taken.
Sorry, buddy. Lethal Weapon all day.
John Wick versus Kick-Ass.
I'm going John Wick. Free throws.
Die Hard versus Kill Bill. I mean...
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck Die Hard.
Shouts out QT. Kill Bill takes Die Hard. This is when they click off the video.
Yeah, right. Seriously. Don't forget, I mean, whoever wins this bracket has still got to go up against T2. So, how much does it matter? We'll find out. Lethal Weapon versus John Wick.
Bruh.
Lethal Weapon is so fun. It is a great movie. It is not better than John Wick.
I think Lethal Weapon's top 100 movies of all time.
That's fucking stupid.
That movie's so good.
You can't.
There's so many small directing details in there that people don't pick up on because, oh, it's an action movie. People sleep on Lethal Weapon. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yes. Fuck you. Nobody's gonna let someone out of fucking handcuffs just so they can fight them.
John Wick, yes, they would.
No, they wouldn't have.
You say it like you're a cop or something.
Right. Kill Bill versus John Wick.
I know cops. I know a cop that would do that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, he's like 5 foot and he's an asshole, but
he wouldn't do that. He would sit there and talk shit to the guy who's already in handcuffs.
he is a terrible cop.
And he would just lord over them like, yeah, look how big and important I am.
I'm honestly surprised he lost his job. But that's a topic for another day.
John Wick. He's an asshole. He's not a bad cop.
Abusing power, I would put that in the bad cop realm.
He does. All right. He doesn't.
I am not saying he's an awful cop.
Listen,
he's bad.
He gave someone one really petty speeding ticket
that we know of,
and but he would brag. But he would brag about it if he did more.
I don't talk to him that much for that reason.
Yeah, John Wick, but I do.
Yeah, but think about it. There's bad, awful, terrible. I went with the first one on the not so good side. I could have went down a couple pegs.
You could have.
He's an atrocious cop.
I really appreciate the run that Kill Bill had on this bracket,
yeah.
But I'm not going to pick John
Honestly,
Wick.
surprised by it.
I'm not going to pick Kill Bill over John Wick.
Honestly, surprised by the run it took.
Yeah, me too. But like you said, kind of weak on this side of the bracket.
Yeah.
And then finally, we have John Wick versus Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
I'm going T2 because action, you have the one-liners in there, and they're taken seriously. You have the action set pieces that are really fucking cool. You have it where the child has told Arnold, do not kill anyone. So instead of all these cops dying and shit like a regular action movie, like stormtroopers or foot soldiers, like these people are like, it brings a different element to it, you know? It's something you don't see in every action movie. Someone not trying to kill people for no reason. What? Yeah. So those little details James Cameron put in there, I saw it at the perfect time because this movie came out before I was born, and I had the VHS. I watched Terminator, and I was like, ooh, Arnold Schwarzenegger's a bad guy. And then I watched T2 right afterwards, and I was like, oh, that little kid's gonna get killed by the Terminator. And then he picks him up and shoots the guy.
Come
and turns
with me
around.
if you want to live.
Yeah, so to me, that blew my mind as like a fucking 5 to 8 year old, however old I was.
Yeah, man.
So,
if you've never seen Terminator or Terminator 2 and you have the ability and or pleasure to watch them back to back, that is like, people talk, and it is. I mean, my wife who doesn't like, we've been watching the Star Wars movies. She has enjoyed them. She doesn't like overly love Star Wars. I didn't expect her to. She's doing it for me, and I love her for that. But she had never seen any of them and somehow had managed to never have any of them spoiled for her. So getting to watch someone who really had no clue that Darth Vader was Luke's father, like find that out in the middle of the movie first time was incredible. That is often number one on like greatest movie twists of all time. Yeah. And I understand that if you're doing just individual movie twists, then this wouldn't apply. I would definitely argue that if you have never seen Terminator or Terminator 2 and you watch them back to back, that is an incredible movie twist. Like, easily number 2 of all time for me. So, Fight Club might be up there. But, John Wick, incredible movie. When it came out, it was, like, such a, like, refreshing, like, shot to the action genre. I don't, like, personally, I can't think of an action movie hero that I care about what happens to them as much as I care about what happens to John Wick. He's just a good dude. Action scenes, A1, incredible. Like, by modern day standards, you're not going to get any better. I love the story. Everything about it is impeccable. And me personally, I will watch John Wick probably like 3 times more than I will watch Terminator 2 in the rest of my lifetime, because I just love that franchise so much. So it deserves to be in this final. It's absolutely incredible, but I can't pick it over Terminator 2. It's so good. So Terminator 2 it is. Kind of anticlimactic. I mean, when is Terminator 2 not number 1 on the best action movie of all time list? But it is what it is. It's there for a reason.
I mean, you're watching because you think there's that little chance. You know, let's see all the bullshit we're getting, but there's that little chance.
You guys,
these two going to be nematodes.
you guys need to respect the Bourne movies more.
Can't we troll these people?
Fuck off.
But
fuck off.
That is our bracket. Greatest action movie of all time. You heard it here. T2. Let us know if matchups we got wrong in your opinion in the comment section below. Scroll up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.